It's Sunday morning, everybody. Well, good morning for some people. Started off having a good weekend. Had a bit of an accident. Hmm, Not too happy about it, but it is what it is. You can't change anything about it. So, but did get to do some legal fentanyl. Uh, yeah, so what a day. Still in a lot of fucking pain right now. Hip, my elbow, my shoulder. It's fucked up. Ugh, chilly in here today. Chilly outside too, and really smoky. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing much for a while. Yeah, I think there's gonna be anybody who's gonna pop in here. I really know. So, um, what I do here. Oh, it's giving me more options here too. So I'm gonna copy that. Copy it here. Okay. I'm gonna bronze up. I'll be right back. I'm gonna email Ron here. Be right. Told you I'd be right back. I really like using StreamYard. It's nice. A little bit more features. I'm just gonna sit here and click a couple buttons here because there's a few new things that. Oh, okay, they're just doing that then. Okay, what's that one do? Layout. Oh, I can do a layout. I can switch destinations here. Hmm, okay, that. There we go. Just gonna wait for some people to pop up. I don't know if anyone will. Actually, it's funny. This nurse yesterday, she's like, "Did you have a tattoo removed?" It's like, no, I'm all fucked up. No, why do I have a tattoo removed? He's like, and what's this scar you have on your side? I guess when they put the vitals stickers on you with little buttons, uh, they put one like right next to my tattoo. Actually, I'll wait to show this tattoo after. Kind of hiding something right now. As you can see, spent a couple hours in the hospital yesterday. Um, but the good thing is, I was in no time. I didn't have to wait in line Poor suckers. They're fucking waiting. Sorry, it's gonna be another 4-hour wait for you. Oh, shit. Oh, I don't know why I'm laughing. I think it's just 'cause of oh, I don't know, I guess laughing I have to laugh at it now. Oh, did I ever mess up my arm pretty good? Not good. Oh, yeah, pretty messed up. It's chilly down here. Yeah, when I went to the hospital there, it was pretty funny. In right away. I can barely remember getting to the hospital. I was in shock pretty bad. Yeah, I really hurt myself. So one person in here watching. Come join in the chat here. Say something. And then I'll do some more chit chat. What is that? A big lint? Big chunk of lint behind my head. Oh, I didn't sleep very good last night. Considering I'm supposed to have some guys come and look at some stuff today, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. We and my phone account is due on the 8th. So what's today? The 6th? 6th or 7th? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Ooh, yeah, my knee and hip are all messed up. My shoulder hurts so bad. And it's my right shoulder. This is my left. Let me see, I had an IV. I represent as male. Oh, they even have how old I am on my bracelet. I don't remember them ever doing that. My fingers are numb. Uh, my hand don't feel so good right now. Actually, my whole freaking arm doesn't feel so good right now. And I only have so many painkillers left. They only gave me six. Six till last till Monday. And I'm supposed to take one every 4 hours, and I think that's gonna get rid of the pain. They were gonna give me Tramacet, and I don't know if you guys ever tried Tramacet at all. Tramacet, it's not a very good pain reliever. Last time I had Tramacet, it was when I broke my ankle. And I remember they said take one every 4 hours, blah blah blah. So I was like, okay. So I could start to feel the pain in my ankle coming back. And I was like, okay, yeah, a little bit longer than 4 hours. And then I took another one because I was starting to feel the pain come back. And yeah, so pain went away. And then I had to next time I had to take it, I felt the pain coming on again. Took another trauma set and didn't really seem to do anything. Like, okay. So I waited for like another hour. Still, the pain was just unreal. So I decided to take another one. And still, the pain was still there. It wouldn't go away. And yeah, so yeah, trauma set, your body becomes more, it gets used to it, I guess. You become like resilient to it or immune to it. Well, I wouldn't say immune, but so yeah, um, yeah. The tattoo, that was so funny. The tattoo removal. Did you have a tattoo removed? Sandra had to explain to her what was going on, what that came from. He's like, that's a dry ice tattoo. Nurse was like, a what? Yeah, he's got one on both sides. Yeah, and he did a dry ice tattoo. So, and then nurse is like, that's probably why he was taking this pretty good. Because get a tattoo like that and a burn like that, and you did both sides of your ribs. That's pretty intense. You know, pretty good tolerance to pain. My finger wouldn't go straight. These two fingers I couldn't fucking bend. This one finger, it was permanently stuck like this. It wouldn't move. So I had two fingers, and then the only thing I could do is my pinky like that much. That's all I could bend. Gotta go to Brandon tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday. And go see if I need further surgery, which I'm not looking forward to. Hopefully, it's not the millionaire who does it. It's funny. This surgeon, it's like that "who's on first, who's on second" joke. You know, like that's pretty funny. Yeah, the millionaire. So who did the surgery? The millionaire. Yeah, yeah, I know. The millionaire. So who did the surgery? The millionaire. Yes, I know he's a surgeon. He's a millionaire. Blah blah blah. Who did the surgery? The doctor's name is the millionaire. The millionaire. Short little guy, shorter than me. He has to stand on a bench at the operating table. And I wasn't too impressed when he did the surgery because when he started screwing all my bones back together, he showed me all the hardware on the table. This is what we're going to be using on you, blah, blah, blah. It's all titanium hardware, won't set off metal detectors. Brr, brr, brr. Well, when he happened to be drilling into my bone, he used the wrong size drill bit. So when he went to put the screws in, the screws went right through the bone. So what did he do? Ah, let's throw some washers on those screws and then we'll screw it all back together. Oh, does my hand hurt so bad right now? My hand, my elbow, my shoulder. Even my hip is all messed up. But my hip is messed up in a weird spot. It feels like I got kicked in the groin. It's not the outside of my hip, it's the inside groin part, which doesn't feel very good. You know what? I'm gonna go invite somebody else and see if they'll pop in. Sorry, I was just sending some invites out. Really wish I had wheel burners email, but his email is no good right now. His ex-wife has all his passwords to his account and everything, so she gets into his email before he can read them, which is pretty fucking dirty. Like, it's his account. Leave him alone. Take those passwords and shove them up your ass. Just let him have his shit back. Mm. Like, that is a personal account. Like, I would almost go after her if she didn't freely give up. Give that up. So, yeah, it's been 15 minutes, 30 seconds. Must be a little too early for everyone. Well, for some people. Yeah, and I guess, yeah, it'd be really early for James to be up right now. Oh, he's in Anchorage. Well, he's in Alaska. I think he said like north of Anchorage. Well, I guess I could show you my tattoo. It's probably just see. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to see. It's easier in the light. And it changes colors with temperature. No, the other side is better. It's funny. Sandra the other day or yesterday, she's like, "Wow, you, you, like, you can tell that you've hurt your arms. Like you have no problems going from right to left. I can literally switch from my right arm to my left arm like it was nothing. I can wipe my ass with my left hand. The only thing I can't do is right." And then the funny thing is, my security link to my phone right now is my thumbprint. How funny is that? So now I have to type in my like wicked long password every time I go into my phone. I should have taken. You know what's funny? I was thinking about that for the longest time. Like, yeah, I'll just use my right thumb. Like, 'cause that's most common. I always do that with that hand, anyways. So I always wondered, what happens if I do something to my hand or something? Say I burned it or something. You can't see the fingerprints. Like, there's been times where I was like either working on like my bike or my truck or my car, and your fingers get dirty and it doesn't want to read your fingerprint. So trying to think who else I could invite on here. Ooh, but I only have emails. Mm, Probably email Logan. Yeah, maybe I might email him. I was kind of hoping somebody would come pop in. Uh, Yesterday started off as a really good day. Everything was so good, and then just went for a bike ride and wiped out, and yeah, not good. Yeah, long story short, yeah, she broken. Yeah, I broke my wrist. Yeah, and it was like, wow, quite the show. Oh, they had a bunch of interns in there. Like, yeah, this is how we're gonna show how to set a broken wrist. Whee! And apparently, I broke it pretty good because there's like a chunk of bone sitting there floating around in my arm now. Ugh. And needles. Fuck. That's one thing. That's another reason I don't like going to the hospital or doctors and shit like that. Because they send you for like blood work and shit like that. It's because of needles. I mean, like intravenous needles. Anything, a foreign object that goes in your body that shouldn't be there. I remember the first shot they gave me for pain. Ooh, felt like it lasted for like an hour, but they just gave me a small dose. But by the time they were gonna set my arm, holy fuck, that shit was wearing off. I was shaking so bad. And then my fingers, like literally, my finger was like this. These two fingers wouldn't fucking come down. So what happened when I broke my wrist? I guess it pinched a fucking nerve and my fingers bing, wouldn't fucking like full on erection. That's not good. Yeah, kind of sucks because now I can't roll a joint or anything. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. So, who knows how long I'm gonna have to fucking wear a cast for. And then won't know until Monday if I have to go for surgery. And apparently you can get stronger Tylenol. I think you can get Tylenol 3s behind the counter too. I know you can get Tylenol ones, but I'm not taking like 4 of those at once. What do they say? Don't take aspirin or Advil or anything. But that's fine. I don't take Advil anyways. Doesn't agree with my stomach. Get wicked stomach pains. I was hoping somebody was gonna pop up in here. I guess I could go for a smoke. I need to find something to put over top of myself. I'm gonna go for one more smoke. But before I do that, I'm gonna go put on a t-shirt. Here, I'll show you that tattoo. I don't know if you can see it. It's a Browning symbol. Little bit fat. Big fat. 40-year-old belly fat. And I still got a bit of a six pack. But then I got this muffin top. I'll try to see how stretchy my skin is. Everywhere on my body, my skin is stretchy. The weenus. I can't do it right now. Weenus is when you pull the skin down from your elbow. You see, I got a bit of a weenus. The weenus. Just give me a second. I'm gonna go put a shirt on if I can. Oh, the hips don't lie. The hips don't lie. Yeah, I think I pulled something in my hip here. Okay, so this is how you put a shirt on. I only have one on. To get the sleeve ready. That guided in there. I could have used a little bit more room here between the camera. Guide it through slowly. See, a little bit at a time. Don't rush it. Tell I've been one-handed before. And then the next trick is socks. Left foot will, yeah, the left foot will be easy. There's this guy knew who had invented this thing for people with joint issues and mobility issues. He invented this thing so you could put your socks on. You set up the sock in a rig and you just need to slide your foot into it. See, one-handed, got both my socks on. I think the shirt is probably the hardest thing. Ooh, and these socks stink. Um, I gotta readjust the camera here. Am I good there? There. That's better. Oh, really hard was putting the phone on this stand right now. That fucking was hard. Ooh, yeah, she pretty swollen. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. Kind of don't want to go outside and film, but I really want a cigarette. And apparently, if you smoke cigarettes, it actually slows down your healing time. Apparently, sorry, I'm gonna put you all messed up for like that for a minute. Ugh. Oh, I guess I'm not gonna be rolling cowboys for a while. And then stupid me, yeah, guess where I put my lighter? In my right pocket. Hey, I gotta go open the door first. Though. It's gonna be like a 4-part process for me. Okay, one step at a time. Heidi ho. Oh, come on, join in the chat here. Let's chat about something. So apparently, smoking cigarettes can actually slow down the healing process. So they said. And then yesterday they asked me, hospital like, "Do you smoke weed and stuff? How much weed have you smoked today?" I was like, "I had like 2 joints this morning," which is unusual because I don't smoke fucking weed in the morning. Only reason I smoked weed in the morning is because I helped a buddy do a bunch of yard care and helped him like rake up around his yard, and I did some major like bushwhacking in the spots that his little battery powered weed whacker wouldn't work. And I went and raked up all that shit. Then I decided to go for a bike ride after. Ka-ching, snap. Full on, full on fucking snap. I'm not talking about that hot dog snap when you go to New York City. Oh, yeah. Not good. Not good by any means. Oh, my hip hurts so bad. Hip, my shoulder, my elbow. What did they do? I can't tell if they bandaged up my elbow or not. I had like a toonie size abrasion on my elbow. Tell you the truth, I don't know how I landed either because it almost seems like I fell backwards like this, but I don't remember falling backwards. I fell more on my side. Like, I fell more like this, and then my wrist was like completely sideways. And then trying to get to my phone, holy shit, all I could see was like just bright white, like you're going to heaven. Fucking like, oh, here comes the adrenaline. Yeah. And that adrenaline lasted about, I don't know, about half an hour. And then went to the hospital, the first hospital. If I would have got there about 10, 15 minutes earlier, yeah, they would have been able to help me, but apparently they closed. So Yeah. So don't hurt yourself if you're in this little small bump. Yeah. So this is gonna be interesting. Ooh, and I'm getting itchy. What was it? They always tell you this when people get cast. Don't be sticking anything in that cast. And they go to cut people's casts off, they find like butter knives and stuff in their spoons, forks. What a treat would that be, eh? They're cutting somebody's cast off and be like, holy shit, that's a lot more hardware than I thought it was gonna be in there. Oh man, what a messed up day. Oh, I could probably see this tattoo better in this lighting. Can you see the browning right there? So it starts. It's all done with dry ice. So it's just like a cattle brand. They do that down south too to cattle. They use dry ice instead of hot branding. Just pretty interesting. And my tattoo artist buddy, and I showed him what I did. He's like, "Holy shit, that's crazy!" But he has actual brands where he's like taken a soldering iron and drawn pictures on people, which is pretty crazy. He makes them sign a special form for that though, because certain provinces and probably certain states probably shun upon doing brands that way. I have a few people popping in and out. No one in the chat though. Come and say something in the chat. I'll have my IV bandage on there. Oh, it's cool that they had my fucking how old I am on here. It's funny. Yeah, interesting. Well, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go show that guy some stuff today. I think I'm gonna try and sleep as much as I can until tomorrow. As much as I can. I only got 5 T3s left. I might call a friend of mine and see if she has anything. I don't know if like a weed pill would work at all. Be interested to see what that would do. Or like an edible or something. Besides just being in a lot of pain right now, I'm actually in pretty good mood right now. But it is what it is. You can't change it. But yeah. I think I'm done riding my bike. And this wasn't on the school I wiped out on my other bike. So I did a pretty good job down. I guess if I could pressure wash everything down here. Oh, so I'm gonna have to start to find stuff to do with my left hand. I guess I could always learn how to whack off with my left. Ugh, yeah. Yeah, my hip is just messed up too. I got them to take a look at that too. Holy, did they take a lot of x-rays. But they had to because I couldn't straighten my hand out. Yeah. My literally like that's how my fingers were because of that pinched nerve. I could not. close to the life of me, close my fucking fingers until they reset my wrist. But literally, my wrist was like this, sideways. Yeah. It's funny. When I landed sideways, so when I landed on my hip, that's the first pain I felt. And I was like, whoa. And then I went to touch my hip, like rub it. And then it was like I looked at my wrist. I was like, you're not doing anything with that for a while. Ugh. But I fucking jinxed myself too. I let people know where I was going, so I wouldn't have to explain if something did happen to me. And I had to go dig through my backpack, find my phone. Yeah, which wasn't good. But I haven't seen anybody pop in the people list there. I'm gonna go grab one more half smoke. I'll be right back. I wasn't lying when I said I was gonna get a butchki. Fuck. Well, at least I guess this is the way I lie on the couch, so at least I can have my arm elevated. Trickiest thing is learning how to fucking sleep again. Yeah, it'll be a learning curve for that. Problem is when you're sleeping, you don't know what you're doing, right? I can't just tape my arm to my side because I have a tendency to roll and roll and roll. Wake up in the morning, I'm wrapped up in my blanket like I'm a mummy. Oh, mosquito bites from the Canada Day fireworks. Yeah, I've been scratching at that one because it just got a bad spot and I got a wicked scar there. Almost cut my thumb off where that scar is. That went right to the bone. So that scar that's there is like right to the bone. See where that's mosquito bite is, and there's a big cut there. Another big cut here. Oh, it's no, this finger right here. That one healed up pretty good. I had to pull the stitches out myself though, because I was in Quebec. And getting in to see a doctor to pull stitches is ridiculous wait times. So I said, you know what, fuck it. I'll just cut the stitches myself and pull them out. I did. But I waited a little too long to pull the stitches. I didn't think the holes were gonna fill, but it took a couple weeks and then the holes started filling in. But you can barely tell where I almost cut my finger off. Yeah, so no starting lawnmowers or anything. Eh, no washing dish. Well, I can wash dishes. Just takes longer. Like, I have no problems putting pants on. The shirt's a little tricky. Oh, my hips. So much for doing that commercial for Ron there. Won't be doing that for a while. Hopefully, it'll only be like a couple weeks. I don't know how bad the break was. Okay, I'm gonna move you guys here for a second. Sorry, this is gonna be a multi-point process. Okay. set you guys up, and I gotta close the door. Just give me a second, okay? My OCD kicks in. I gotta check. I gotta have some type of fucking high functioning Asperger's or some type of autism spectrum because I gotta check fucking doorknobs. I know I locked it, but I gotta still check it again. Yeah, not good. What a fun time. Well, I've got about just under 20 minutes left here. 18 minutes ish. I'm gonna go lie down and try and find something to watch. Not doing too hot right. Well, at least my arm and my hip, whole one side of my body freaking hurt. Yeah, have to do fentanyl, legal fentanyl. It's funny, and it almost seemed like they thought it was like kind of funny. Here, we're gonna give him fentanyl. They're like, "Yeah, should we give him a dose of this?" And they're like, how's about we meet in the middle and give him a little bit extra just in case we don't need him waking up while we're setting. But apparently, I was screaming. I wasn't awake, but I fucking screamed. Apparently. Yeah. Then they had all the interns sitting there watching. Yeah, it was quite the show. Mhm. It's funny. They're like, okay, when you can stand up. I woke up. I can't remember how I woke up. I can't remember if a nurse woke me up or what. Uh, They're like, you can go home as soon as you can stand up under your own power. Like, what does that mean? Like, you can't wheelchair me out of here? And they're like, nope, you have to walk out of here by yourself. So I lied there for like probably another 20 minutes, half an hour. Didn't get out of the hospital till like 11 o'clock. Yeah, now my arm's going numb. Kind of want to take another T3 right now. I think I'm about due. I took one at 5:45. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's been 5 hours since I took one T3. That's probably why my arm is starting to throb right now. Painkillers are starting to wear off. So yeah, oh, my fingers are sweating. Yeah, not good. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. The first shot they gave me, I don't know, it might have been Demerol, maybe that they gave me the first time. That was interesting. I remember going into the elevator and I was like, oh, where the fuck am I? Yeah, my body's starting to heat up. I think painkillers are starting to wear off. I think that's why my fingers are starting to sweat. They're starting to tingle and feel like they're asleep. It's not good. I should probably do something. The juice over there. Ugh. It's souvenirs. I guess I can take this off. It was really weird. She put the IV in right there at the top of my wrist, here where my nose is, right there. That's where she put the IV. Which is, tell you the truth, I think I like the IV better there than like up in your arm. Since up in your arm, I feel like I want to like scratch it, and then where it was on my wrist, I can't really do much with it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to shower now. I'm gonna have to start saving some bread bags. I remember when I broke my ankle, I didn't shower for like a week, but I was living by myself when I broke my ankle. Uh, I had chairs set up throughout the house, so like if I was in the kitchen, I have a chair set up so I could put my knee on the chair and let my ankle dangle. And then to get around the house, I fucking just crawled on my hands and knees to get everywhere. I remember I had a friend, uh, a girlfriend of mine, just a friend who's a girl. She'd come and check in on me, and then a neighbor across the street, she'd come and clean my house. I had some good cash saved up then, so I could easily pay her to do that. Um, yeah, but I mean, my one friend seen come over and visit me. It's like, you know what? You need to get out of the house. Let's go to Wendy's. Okay, like how the fuck am I gonna get into Wendy's? She's like, no problem. She picks me up and carries me to her car. Get to Wendy's. Opens the door, picks me up, and fucking carries me into fucking Wendy's like a baby. Puts me in a booth and then goes and orders food. That was pretty funny. Everyone when we walked into Wendy's, this is a girl carrying me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Oh, yeah, need a new shirt. His shirt was clean till I fucking sweat out all the fucking pain yesterday. Yeah. So yeah, my fucking wrist. Yeah, I broke it like right about there, just above where the wrist bends. It wasn't really my wrist, it was kind of like right below. But you see people break their wrists like that all the time. You look on YouTube or whatever, people like fall backwards. Yeah, it's completely fucking sideways. And when you break, some people say when you break your bones, it feels like your arm is on fire. Yes, that is true. It does feel like it's on fire. It hurts so bad. And then after a certain point, it felt like I had my arm submerged in ice water, so cold that it was burning my arm, like freeze burning feeling. But when I first broke it and the adrenaline started wearing off, it felt like fire. I don't remember my ankle feeling like that. Actually, to tell you the truth, when I broke my ankle, I thought it was just a sprain because it wasn't that swollen or anything like that. Yeah. There was a guy in the ER with me. He broke his other ankle. And I had to ask the surgeon, I'm like, "Are you sure you didn't have the x-rays backwards?" And that guy who has the broken ankle, and he's like, "No, you both have broken ankles." Like, "Oh, thanks, doc. Thought I could weasel my way out of that one." That took me 8 months for me to be able to walk somewhat easily after. But when I broke my ankle, I had uh, I had 3 casts. I had the the starter cast like this until they figure out what they could do and wait for the swelling to go down because there's no point of putting a cast on something that's swollen because then the cast will just slip right off of you. So that's why they do this first. and then they'll put a full cast on. And then when I broke my ankle, as soon as I had the full cast cut off and they put me into an air boot, literally the next day, they cut the cast off my leg and then I flew to fucking Mexico. And I stayed in Mexico for a while. And that was probably the best treatment ever because I was hanging out in the swimming pool lots and there's not a lot of uh, broke my wrist, but broke my wrist yesterday afternoon. Yeah, not good. Yeah, it was on fire pretty bad. It feels like somebody literally lit your arm on fire. It's pretty bad. But they gave me fentanyl IV, and I'm pretty sure they gave me Demerol when I got in there. That was way different feeling. Uh, But I got into the hospital like that. Yeah, I hope so too. I'm not gonna know what's happening until Monday. They might actually have to go and do surgery. There's a chunk of bone sitting there floating around right now that they couldn't do anything about. All they did is just set my arm. And fuck, did they have a crowd of people in the room when they set my arm? Thank God I wasn't awake. They knocked me out. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, am I gonna be awake for this? And they're like, we're not sure yet. And then by the time it came to setting it, they're like, yeah, you're gonna start to get drowsy. I was like, is this where I start counting down from 99? Just- they just looked at me and they're like, I guess you could start doing that and see how far you make it. So I just sat there and I hummed and then out cold. But apparently I wasn't out cold enough because there was people in just sitting outside of my room there where apparently I was passed out when they were setting my arm and apparently I screamed. So I don't know how that worked. Yeah, 3 seconds. 3 seconds for what, Tolga? To break something? Like my wrist was like it here. I'll point with my nose right here. I broke it just right below my wrist. Right there. So my wrist was completely sideways. Oh, 3 seconds. Oh, when I broke my ankle, yeah, that was funny. I got down to I think 87 is when I remember stop counting to. Yeah, it took a while. It took probably about 3 minutes. And then because I had been smoking pot and stuff, they gave me like bigger dose because they didn't want me waking up to the setting. But fuck, they had all these interns sitting there watching and everything. The nurse who did the IV, she did a good job. She put the IV right there. She did a good job. Probably one of the better people to do an IV. Some people they just sit there as digging. I don't know, something about the drugs. It doesn't. Uh, the other drugs don't want to react with marijuana, so they got to give you a little bit more. It is what it is. But, yeah, so I got to learn how to sleep all over again. Oh, you missed me putting my shirt on and my socks on. Yeah, I have no problems. I've this hand here, my right hand. I've snapped all the tendons. I've snapped all three of the tendons that make these three fingers control. I could move my thumb sideways like this, but I couldn't move my thumb up or down. I snapped all the tendons that make my thumb go up and down like this, and I snapped all those tendons that make my two fingers here go up and down. So I had that for ooh, probably 8 months. And then by the time I seen a yeah, uh, I slipped off my bike and I landed, I think, sideways like this, but my hip took the impact because my hip is so messed up right now. And then elbow and wrist. So I think my wrist came kind of snapping down like this sideways, and then it just kept going and broke right through. So, yeah. I went to go touch my hip because that's the first thing that really hurt. And then touching my hip, and I'm like, I know that's not where my hand's supposed to be. And then I looked at my hand, and my hand is completely fucking like this. Actually, no, it was like this way. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Here, I'm gonna pop another T3 because I'm at the 5 hour mark right now, and I can feel my arms starting to. You can tell when the painkillers are wearing off when you start sweating. It's a natural instinct for your body to create heat when you're in pain. Oh, well, but I had 5 more left. Or did I take one? No, maybe I'll wait. And the weird part is, when I fell on my hip, it's not the outside of my hip that, oh yeah, she's bruised, but it's the inside of my groin that hurts the most. Oh, my hip was still in ache until last year. It took probably 6, 7 years to heal. We were playing football. My little niece, I fell. Oh, yeah, how bad does that suck, eh? Yeah, so that's kinda like me. Like, when I broke my ankle, I just slipped on ice. Like, I wish I had a better story to tell. I don't. And then I wish I had a better story about this. Like, I was in a bad car accident or something, but not my first rodeo. I can wipe my ass with my left hand, no problem. So, like, after snapping the tendons in my right hand, yeah, I'm pretty used to getting around with just one hand. Ooh, that was weird. I just had a buzz go through my arm, like somebody touched it with a vibrator. It's interesting. Oh, so I can still wash dishes, still put clothes on. Just takes a little bit longer. Ugh, yeah, and sleeping is going to be the worst part. When I broke my ankle, Toga, um, yeah, it's probably about 6 or 7 years before, about the same time before I could like still, before I could walk properly and not have like any issues. Like temperature, electrical storms were a big thing. If an electrical storm would come through, my ankle would start ringing. Yeah, they gave me Tylenol threes. They were gonna give me Tramoset, but last time I did Tramoset, I took like 3 of them, and then they kinda stopped doing some stuff. So I kept taking them, and then I decided one day, "You know what? I'm not gonna take these Tramoset anymore because it doesn't seem to be really doing anything." So I stopped taking the Tramoset, and then, wow, it's still the same pain without taking Tramoset. So really the Tramoset wasn't really doing anything. I was just taking pills obnoxiously for absolutely no reason. So at least the T3s I know work. They do bung you up a little bit and make you constipated. I'm gonna go see if I can get something a little bit stronger. Maybe accumulation. Well, that's another thing. I didn't smoke weed or anything when I was taking that Tramoset. I wasn't taking anything else. I literally like lied on the couch for like 4 days. Only time I got up is either go get ice cream or take a piss or a shit. So yeah, that trauma set. And the trauma set is supposed to be unabusable. Um, like T3s, you can take like 7 of these and get really messed up. But trauma set, you can't do that. It kind of uh, counter reacts itself if you try and take more than what's recommended. So that might have been what happened too, because they said to take one every half hour. Yeah, I'm at Sandra's right now. She she worked early this morning at 6:15, so before she left work, I could hear her, and I asked her to bring me some painkillers before she left. And then, nice of her, she left the pill bottle open for me, so I don't have to open the pill bottle. And it's one of those like push twist tops. Like I could do that if I put the pill bottle on like a rubber band on the counter, I can do it with one hand. I don't know. I'm pretty adaptable. I'm like a cat, you know. Cut its fucking leg off, and fucking cat's walking around with 3 legs like it had 3 legs from birth. It was funny. I was telling the fucking doctor, they're like, just fucking cut it off. He's like, trust me, no, you don't want to just cut it off. I'm like, come on, I want a hook. I want one of those hooks. Yeah, yeah, definitely some help. Well, my buddy Gary, he'll come and help me out with stuff too. I hung out with him like since 6 o'clock yesterday morning till 1. I hung out with him for quite a while yesterday. Helped him do some yard care, did a bunch of weed whacking and raking and stuff. But I guess I'm done doing a lot of things for a while. And worst part is I can't wait to see how swinging a hammer is going to be. I don't know if I'm going to be able to swing hammer. It'll be a while before I can do that. But they also do say when you break something, it heals harder than normal. It feels different. I don't know. I'm used to it by now. I had to do it for like 8 months before, so. No, but that's a serious question. A lot of people ask you that. Well, how do you wipe your ass? I had a buddy. He was what was he doing? He was doing eaves trough. He fell off a ladder and he fell backwards like this, broke both of his fucking arms up here. So now he's in these casts like this for what? 3 months. He had to go live with his mommy. Mommy had to feed him. Mommy had to fucking wipe his ass for him. Mommy had to bathe him because he couldn't do anything for 3 months like this. Like, oh man. And the funny part is his mom's schizophrenic. Oh man. So yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to do that. So just be like being a grown up baby. Oh yeah. But tell you the truth, couldn't have happened to a better person. This guy was an asshole, absolute asshole. Same with his younger brother. Yeah. Imagine having your mommy wipe your ass for you as a grown adult. I'm almost wondering if I should like try and push the limits without taking any painkillers. Oh, the one nurse when she was like discharging me, they were taking those little, those buttons where they put the connectors on. I had like all on my chest, I think one on my back. She was like, "Did you have a tattoo removed right here on the side?" And I was like, "No, I don't have any tattoos removed." She's like, "Well, what's this scar here?" I'm like, "That's a brand. It's dry ice." She's like, "What?" And then Sandra's explaining to the nurse. He's like, "Yeah, that's a dry ice brand." And the nurse is like, "Oh, what?" He branded himself with dry ice. Sandra's like, "Yeah, and there's one on the other side here, look." So Sandra shows the nurse, and she's like, "No wonder you could take the pain. Like, when you came in here, like, you're besides, like, the breathing, you were taking that pain pretty fucking good." Like, I was just breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just trying to just focus on breathing, don't focus on the pain. And yeah, the nurse, she was pretty impressed that I was, taking that pain so good. The worst thing is, though, as soon as they start whipping or even mention needles or shots or anything, my 2 biggest fears, snakes, doesn't matter if it's a snake this big, I don't fucking care, and needles. I mean, like, intravenous needles, like, I got tattoos, right? Hate when nurses and stuff say, "Oh, come on, you can't be scared of needles, look at all the tattoos on you." That's not the same fucking thing, bitch. Like, I don't see those fucking needles going into your body. Like, that'd be like saying, like, I'm scared of, a sewing needle. Like, I pulled out slivers and stuff, that's not what I mean, but I'm scared of needles. I'm scared of intravenous needles. Terrified to the point where, like, my body goes into convulsions, like, and my lungs start pulsating, my heart starts pulsating. Fuck, what was my heart rate at when they were about to give me a shot? I think it was, like, 189 over 90, which is, like, fucking crazy. But once they gave me something to calm down. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You know what? That's what she should have done. She should have just hired a nurse to come and look after him instead of doing that. But like I said, the mommy wasn't all there in the head either. I know who she is personally, and yeah, she's a different character. She almost got kicked out of a bar once because she was playing BLTs, and she started yelling at some Punjabis, some East Indians. What the fuck are these colored people doing here? And then they have to play the machine right next to me. It's like, holy fuck, you need to calm your shit down. These guys will beat the fucking shit out of you. They don't care. Yeah, yeah, fun stuff. Well, I'm gonna have quite the unusual suntan. My one arm's just gonna be white here by the time I cut this off. And it'll be all skinny too. I remember when they cut the cast off for my ankle. I had this huge fat leg, just massive fucking leg because I was on they gave me crutches eventually. And I just bomb around on those crutches. And then when they cut the cast off, I had this little tiny chicken leg, like no bigger than my arm. Just this little because of atrophy. Uh, when they cut the cast off, the casting clinic in the hospital and the X-ray is about I'm gonna say about 100 meters away, but it's a straight shot from the casting clinic to the X-ray room. And he's like, "Okay," cuts the cast off, and he's like, "Oh, you can take your crutches and just go straight down to X-ray, and I just wanna get see how it's healed and see if we're gonna have to recast it or not." So, I get to the X-ray room, I literally sit down, and I had a buddy there with me, and I don't know how to describe it, uh, like, uneasy. I had this really weird uneasy feeling, and I literally just sit down, and then the nurse is like, "Okay, okay, we're ready for take your X-ray now." So I pop up, start walking over to the X-ray room with my crutches, and then ooh, look at the nurse. I was like, I don't feel so good all of a sudden. And all I remember is she's like, "What do you mean you don't feel so good?" And literally, I look at her face, and it's like, "Ew, boop," it just disappeared. And I'm on crutches. So as I'm falling backwards, it kind of kicked me up. I smashed my head on the railing that goes alongside the hospital walls. It's like a railing and it's also a bumper. So when you're gurneying people around, you don't hit holes in the walls. So I kicked up and fucking smashed my head on the wall. And then I wake up to this like face over top of me. And literally it was like a dream. I don't know where I was in my dream. It kind of felt like I was lying in a field. And I hear, Robin, 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 Robin. I'm awake. Holy fuck. What the fuck just happened? This is nurse literally looking over top of me, like this close to my face. She's like, Robin, do you know where you are right now? I was like, yeah, the hospital floor. And she's like, okay, you're good. They put me into a gurney. I had a pocket full of weed. I didn't realize it's just raw weed, not even in a bag, sitting in my fucking pocket. So they put me into this hospital bed. They're feeding me cookies and juice, trying to get my blood sugars up. Well, what happened is when they cut the cast off of my leg and I was using the crutches, I'm swinging my leg. So now I have all this blood flow rushing into my leg where the cast was that hadn't been there before. So I just fainted because of lack of blood to that leg in circulation. And then the nurse, the head nurse there, she that fucking guy in the casting clinic, I tell him every fucking time, put him in a wheelchair, put him in a wheelchair. Like the blood's rushing to their legs. Like this isn't the first time this has happened. I was like, oh, nice, wow. So yeah, that was interesting. What do you mean you don't feel so good? And then you. It's like a fucking cartoon. Literally, everything went to a pin dot, like I was looking through a tunnel. Yeah. Oh, it hurts to move my fingers, but at least I can move my fingers. When I broke my wrist, Tolga, these two fingers, it pinched a nerve, and literally my finger was curled straight out. These two fingers, I could not bend them. It pinched a nerve so bad that I couldn't close my fucking fingers. The only finger I could move was my pinky, and that much. It was crazy. Literally, my fingers pointing like I was pointing at something. But now, as you can see, it's nice and bent, and I can move it a little bit. It hurts really bad up here. So I don't know. That's probably like just because of the swelling. Yeah, so that wasn't fun. Like I was just lying in this parking lot until Sandra came and picked me up. But I did let people know where I was before I wiped out and hurt myself. Have you had any drugs or alcohol within the last 24 hours? It's like, yeah. She's like, okay, I'm not yelling at you or anything. We just need to know how much drugs to give you because we're gonna have to give you a little bit more. Oh, right on. Maybe I should have had more, more pot before I got here. Get a little bit extra. Even Sandra was pretty impressed that I could like sitting in the passenger seat of a car. Well, just naturally, I know don't use this arm. It just naturally comes to me. Only thing I can't do is write. Oh, I told you, you probably missed this part. To open my phone, yeah, it's a thumbprint. Guess for which hand? This one. I didn't fucking think of putting my left fucking thumbprint on there as a security password. So now I gotta type in this long fucking password. It was funny, I was thinking about this the other day. I was working on my bike and my thumb had got dirty. I was like, maybe I should put my left thumbprint on my phone as a security password. And literally like a couple of days later, yeah. Yeah, that probably wouldn't have been a good idea to do that then. But I can still access my phone with password. Oh, yeah. So I don't know what to do next. Can't play video games. Can't do nothing. Yeah. I'm gonna have to start using my lefty. Trying to think. I think I might have taken one when I got back. I'm not sure though. I'd have to text Sandra and see how many pills they gave me. Because if they only gave me 6, then I'll probably need to take another one. I don't want to see how far I can go without taking painkillers. But last time I did something like that, I I had to wait like an hour for the pill to kick in. But that was what did I take? I was taking 100 milligram morphines. Mhm. Oh, oh, as my phone says, it's dying. And that's another thing. Plugging my phone in. Yeah, I have to put my phone up against the wall and then stick the charger into the bottom. Little tricks like that. Little things. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't try and cut my shirt off or anything. It was funny. There was still gravel, little pea gravel all stuck in my skin and stuff. There's the one X-ray lady. She had to like clean my arm because all the little stones were showing up in the X-ray. Like, yeah, that picture's not gonna work. Hey, all I can see is little stones. Oh, yep. So this is just a temporary till Monday. Hopefully, I don't have to go for surgery. But if I have to go for surgery, it is what it is. So that means if I go for surgery, I'm gonna have another one of these temporary until swelling goes down. So that'll probably leave it on for a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks till the swelling goes down, and then they'll have me come back to the casting clinic and then give me a fiberglass. I remember when I broke my ankle, they only had 2 colors, army camo and hot pink. I was like, she's like, "What color do you want?" I was like, what color do you think I want?" I'm not going around with this hot pink cast. Yeah, they got lots of colors for casts now. It's amazing. I don't like classic white because it gets dirty. You know what I mean? Like fuck a white cast box, I think just hold dirt. Like fuck by tomorrow, where my hand is sitting here on this cushion is just gonna be brown. But they did a pretty good job with this temporary. They even sent me for X-rays. I don't even remember. I was out cold, and they're just moving my arm around. I'm fucking taking X-rays. Guess I could take this thing off. One-handed. Yep, one-handed. See, and those don't come off easy. Those really stick on you. Oh, my shoulder, all the way to the bottom of my shoulder blade hurts. Right here hurts. My elbow hurts. My hip is bruised. And my groin. It felt like somebody kicked me right in the fucking groin. Like not in the nuts, but like right in this inside of your groin. Could be for me lying there with my leg crossed like this as I was lying on the ground. I was lying on the ground holding my arm up like this, trying to keep it elevated, stop the blood flow from going on. Yeah. Yeah. I just hope it's not the millionaire that does the surgery this time. He fucked up my ankle last time. He had to use washers. He used the wrong size drill, like a hole bit, like a high speed drill bit. He used the wrong thickness. And when he went to reattach my ankle and stuff, the screws went right through the bone. So he ended up taking little titanium washers and putting them in a tapered screw. Here, I'll show you what the hardware looks like. Oh, right here. Okay, perfect example. Okay, I know this is just a deck screw, but the titanium screws. See how there's this taper here? So that taper is supposed to be flush with my bone on my ankle. So what he did, these screws are going right through the bone. He put a washer on there. So now look at how far that screw pokes out if you'd put a washer right there. So on my ankle, you can feel the screw heads on the ball of my ankle. And that took a lot to get used to. Fuck, you just tap in those screws. It's amazing how often you hit the ball of your ankle on shit. And especially when you have these. Oh, it felt like electricity. Like every time you hit. But yeah, what a surgeon, eh? And his name was DeMillionaire. Yeah, I know it's like a who's on first, who's on second skit, trying to explain to people who the surgeon was. Yeah, it's DeMillionaire. Yeah, yeah, I know. So who did the surgery? The millionaire. Yes, I know they're all millionaires. Who did the surgery? The surgeon's name is the millionaire. Like I'm trying to fucking tell you this the whole time. Like short little fucker. He had to stand on a stool to fucking do the surgery on my ankle. Yeah, those surgery beds, they only make them for certain heights of people. You can go up, but you can only go so far down. The only thing that sucks is sleeping. I have to learn how to sleep all over again. And nothing's comfortable. I can't. Oh, yeah, I might be able to sleep like that. I like to sleep on my stomach. I tried sleeping last night with my arm up on top of a pillow. Yeah. Only works for so long till you start getting restless. I like to roll around in the middle of the night. By the time I wake up in the morning, I either have no blankets on me or I'm wrapped up like a mummy in a cocoon. Or somehow I spin all the blankets around like 45 degrees or 90 degrees, I guess. Yeah, right angle. On sheets go like this to this across the bed. Oh, yeah, I'm impressed. Yeah, I might go for more smoke. I still got just under. I'll see how much farther I can go with this. My cell phone plan expires on the 8th. Well, it's due on the 8th. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get 56 bucks to pay for that. I was supposed to go show these guys the snowmobiles out at the farm because I was trying to sell them. And I guess I'm not going to do that. So that would have been, I don't know, 800 bucks, 1,000 bucks right there, which would have been nice for me to have right now. Pay the hydro bill, pay my cell phone bill. What other bill do I have to pay? I think the water bill. And then the worst part is right now, I can't roll fucking joints. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to either get somebody to roll me joints or I hate buying pre-rolls because they always take the garbage shit of the pot and put it in there. Yeah, like even sleeping on my stomach, like I can't sleep with my arm dangling off the bed because then it's just the blood flow is bad. Like I want to try and keep it elevated as much as possible. I've always slept on my stomach since I was a kid. It's probably why I have really bad back problems. Wake up in the morning, your lower back is all messed up. It's because I'm sitting there sleeping on my stomach. And it's funny, there was a kid I was working with. Uh, he's like, "Oh, my back is sore today." I was like, "Let me guess, you sleep on your stomach." He's just like, "What? How the fuck did you know I sleep on my stomach?" I was like, "That's why your back hurts." I can't help it. I just prefer to sleep on my stomach. And I don't know how my neck doesn't get sore from like sleeping like this. Like that's crazy. That's probably why I have like good mobility. But you think sleeping like that for like 8 hours, you'd like wake up in the morning and be like, "Hello, hello there." Actually, that's a pretty good rotation. It almost looks fake. Oh, the worst is hotel beds. I can't stand hotel beds. Oh, and then always the ventilation systems that they have in hotels, like with those little air makeup or what do they call them, heat pumps here in Canada. I don't know where this heat pump shit came from. It's just a glorified air conditioner that uses can be hot too. But I always get sick. I get a sinus infection every time I'm in a hotel. Could be like the old carpet and shit like that too. Ugh. No, the neighbor's home upstairs. Oh, ugh. I'll be right back. I gotta check this. Watch it's a snowmobile, guys. No, it's just Sandra. Sandra right now. I think she's on her lunch break. Just checking to see how I'm doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can't see what's all in those hotel rooms. Used to get free hotel rooms in Winnipeg through Best West. I have a buddy. He runs a bunch of hotels in Winnipeg. Every time I go there, I just call him up. Hey, Gilles, could I get a hotel room tonight? Oh, yeah. You know where to go. I remember every time I go to the Best Western on Pembina Highway, the girls behind the counter, they're like, "You must be Robin." As soon as I'm like, "Yeah, there's a room sitting here for me." "Oh, you're Robin." It's like, "What? Really?" Like, "No, I remember you from last time." "Oh yeah." Jill, I've known Jill for a long time. He started off as a dishwasher in a hotel at the restaurant, and then he started taking some, was it hotel management courses? And now he runs like a series and franchises of hotels. Talk about starting from nothing, eh? Like, there's a guy in Brandon, his name Mike. He started off as a dishwasher for Pizza Hut franchise, and now he owns 17 Pizza Huts across Canada. Yeah, fucking millionaire, pizza millionaire, like Papa John. Mike's super nice guy though. He kind of had a shitty go the last couple of years though. I found out he had cancer. Wife fucking divorced him. Beat cancer and well, didn't beat it in remission. You never beat cancer. It just goes into remission. Everyone has cancer in them. So, yeah, take your time, man. Yeah, I should start getting ready to go to. Yeah, I'm gonna go see what the neighbor's up to and show them what the fuck I did. Whoops. Well, since you're gonna do that, Tora, I'm gonna go have a smoke. So I'll be right back. I'll just be a sec. I'm sorry I didn't have time to comb my hair. There we go. That works. That works for me. And I'd really like to know why they say you shouldn't smoke when you break a limb. They say it can actually slow down the healing process for some reason. So what is that? The nicotine or what? I remember I wanted to smoke so bad at the hospital. Sandra, no, you're not supposed to smoke. I don't fucking care. I need a fucking cigarette after all. But I think it was because of the drugs they gave me. That's why they didn't want me to smoke. Yeah. And they were really like hot shit about like really announcing that they were gonna fucking put fentanyl in me. Like that's crazy. Like, it's almost like they're pushing like oxycodones. Like they're just pushing it onto people. It's like a free advertisement for doing drugs. Like Percocets. Oh, here we go. Like Oxycontin. Okay, here we're gonna give you a prescription, and we're never gonna take you off of that prescription. And then when we do, you're gonna go to the black market. There was a doctor in Brandon that got busted for overprescribing, and not only that, selling heroin. Yeah, there's an underground society out here that sell heroin, and it's a very select few. People that do sell it or the people that do it will not tell you that they do it or tell you that it's even there. Yeah, it's an underground thing. There's a couple people I know that had a supply to that, but it's very limited. That's why they don't tell anybody about it because they want to keep that supply for themselves. Oof. Yeah, I'm dealing with this pretty good right now. At least I can walk, you know. That's probably the most important part. When I broke my ankle, like shattered my ankle, I fucking cried. I'm just trying to think like, fuck, what is this gonna do to me for like the rest of my life? Like ankles. You don't want to be breaking ankles. That's a long and hard recovery. And it's never be the same again after. I can, for instance, I can walk upstairs fine, but I can't walk downstairs. I when I walk downstairs, upstairs, when I go downstairs, you'll see me walk sideways like that because my ankle, yes, that's as far as I can bend my ankle. Okay, and then here, let's do this leg. See how much farther I can go down? I can damn near touch that other step with this ankle. That's as far as I can bend my ankle. So that's why it's hard for me to walk downstairs. So my ankle doesn't want to bend properly. Cocksucker. Oops. Oh, you're just gonna do that to me right now, eh? Yeah. Even time to finish this smoke. Fuck, I wanted to enjoy this. So, yeah. But anyways, I think I'm gonna take off, Tolga. I know you said you'd be right back. You gotta check something, but I'm gonna go upstairs and see the neighbor, see what he's up to. I should have taken pictures of my wrist, but nah, I don't need to look at that. I don't need to. I know what it looked like, and it wasn't very nice. Now let's see if I can get my phone plugged in before it turns off. Oh, okay, let's see what I can do here. 3%. Oh, that's gonna be pushing it. That's really gonna be pushing it. Hold on. Uh, uh, oh, 2% left. Hey, Ducky. Broke my wrist yesterday, like sideways completely. Actually, it was bent like, uh, like, it was broken like this. It broke right there, right below my wrist. Yeah, wiped out on my bike. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah. But I've messed up my hands. I wiped out on my bike. You know what flatland is? Like BMX flatland? Hold on a second. I gotta close this door. So I was doing some flatland tricks on my flatland bike. So just flat parking lot, blah blah blah, and I just came down hard on my hip. And I think what happened is when I fell, uh, I must have hit my hand like this on the ground, and then it snapped up like this. So, yeah, I'm 41 years old. I shouldn't be fucking doing shit like that anymore. And I think I'm done doing that now. Just stick to regular bikes. Yeah. Oh, oops, I only have a limited supply of fucking painkillers. Hey, Tolga. Hey, what's up, Blackwater? Nice seeing you. Broke my wrist yesterday. Actually, Ducky, I'm not working right now, anyways. I've been taking some time off. Now I'm gonna apparently be taking some more time off till I can figure out what's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to swing hammer anymore, though. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I'm handling it pretty good. Like I'm pretty good, like ambidextrous wise. I can do it pretty much anything with my left hand. It doesn't really affect me. I can still wipe my ass. Had to do that before, so yeah. Oof. Get some practice with the left hand. No, I'm actually really good with my left hand. You missed me putting my socks on with my left, and my shirt with my left. It's pretty. Pretty simple. Yeah, it just takes a little bit more time to do stuff like that. Oh, it's weird though. I can still feel like the fentanyl coming out of my body right now. That's probably why I'm sweating right now, coming off of the fentanyl. I wiped out doing flatland on a BMX. I fell down like on my hip, and I think what happened is I hit the ground like this with my arm like kind of break falling, and it snapped my wrist right, right there, right below my wrist where my wrist bends. So my wrist was completely jacked right up. I went to feel my hip because that's where I took most of the brunt of the weight. I went to go feel my hip, and I was like, um, pretty sure that's not. You know where your limbs are, right? You go to touch something, and it's like, well, that's not my hip. And then I look down at my wrist, and it's all. It's like, holy crap! Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna get some bread bags and stuff. Start saving the bread bags and duct tape. Double bag it just in case. But I got to go see the surgeon tomorrow in the big city of Brandon, and I don't know if they're gonna have to do surgery yet. Ah, yeah. Well, at least you're still young when that happened. But that probably took still a long time, couple years to like fully heal, where you didn't have to think about it. Like my ankle took years to heal fully, and like I said, I still can't walk upstairs or downstairs properly. Yeah, yeah. I know sleeping is the hardest thing right now. 'Cause you don't know what you're doing when you're sleeping. Like, I'm like this all the time when I'm sleeping. Yeah, and then try not to punch the walls. I have a habit of punching the walls when I'm sleeping, like, you roll over, poof! 3 months. When I broke my ankle, I was out of work for, like, 8 months, but when they cut the cast off, I took off to Mexico. So I was just in air boot. Literally the next day, they cut the cast off my leg, and then I flew to Mexico the next fucking morning. Yeah, that was the best therapy ever because I just hung out in the swimming pool. There's a swim up bar, so really I could just sit there and float around and get my ankle moving as much as possible with no pressure. So if you ever break your ankles or your legs or anything like that, get into the pool as soon as they cut your cast off. Get into the pool and start moving that leg around with like zero gravity, and there's just enough water tension to sit there and put enough pressure on your limbs to, get the limbs moving and stuff like that. Girlfriend just finished school, so I'm a little less scared of getting injured, but still can't afford to get hurt. Yeah, I know. Yeah, getting hurt sucks. And really, you can't predict shit like that. Like when I broke my ankle, I was just walking across the street and slipped on ice. I thought it was a sprain. Fucking, I didn't go to the hospital till the next day. They're like, "When did this happen?" I was like, "Yesterday afternoon." They're like, "You didn't come to the hospital right away?" I was like, "I thought it was just a sprain." And because it didn't really swell up or anything. Like normally when you get a sprain, it's your ankle will swell up like a grapefruit. And I was like, "Okay, it's not a bad sprain." Get to the hospital, it's like, "Oh yeah, you I blew the ankle bone, the knob on your wrist. Get, the knob on your ankle, this little knob here. I broke that right off of my ankle. So they had to screw that all back together. Wasn't fun. You know what? I'm doing pretty good without taking any more painkillers right now. Last one I took was at quarter to 6 this morning. So I don't know. I think I'm doing pretty good. I got a pretty good pain tolerance. Oh, Ducky and Blackwater, you missed this. Okay, so I got these brands. Kind of hard to see in this lighting. I'll turn this light on. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to kick you guys. It's probably hard to see. I got a brand right there. It's probably just hard to see right there. It's a dry ice brand of Browning. I have one on the other side here too. Might be easier to see that. But anyways, the nurse, she's like, "Did you have a tattoo removed?" I was like, I'm all fucked up. Tattoo removed? What are you talking about? Yeah. She's like, right here. I'm like, oh, that's a that's a dry ice brand. The nurse was like, a what? And then Sanders like, no, he's got one on the other side. Those are brands. Like he burnt himself with dry ice to get those tattoos. And the nurse is like, no shit. No wonder he's taking this good. Somebody willing to brand themselves twice in one sitting and then deal with that for what was the healing process on that? 3 weeks to heal those brands. If you go back into some of my earlier lives, uh, I'll try and go find them where I actually do the brands live on YouTube. And they do this on cattle down in the States. They use dry ice to do branding. But yeah, she looked ugly after I burnt myself. That was cool. Oh yeah, this is my little caveman on a bicycle. My little Bam Bam. I got some food dogs too. Some guardians. Well, I guess the guardians weren't there for me this time. Got my stone food dog and I got my gold food dog. Oh, and then I have this one here. Be not overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. Uh, Something to live by. Yes, it's from the Bible, but there's a lot of good stuff that's in the Bible that people should, um, I don't know, take as advice. It's a good book. I'm not very religious myself. I'm more like personally religious, personal religious. I don't know how to describe that. Like, I don't want to sound like crazy or anything, but like when it comes to religion and stuff, to me, people put all this energy into like a god or a book or a building, the church itself. Imagine how much more you could do if you, instead of putting all your energy into that stuff, if you took all that energy and put it into yourself. Think about how much more you could do. I just find it kind of like wasted energy. I'm gonna end this here soon. I've been live for 2 hours here. Yeah. Yeah. Put that energy into yourself. It's like the best thing you can do. And yeah, you'll have other people tell you, like that's wrong, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't know. I don't know, go into therapy, talk to a therapist and tell them that. A lot of therapists will tell you the same thing, whether they're religious or not. And it's not just because they want trying to make you feel better or anything like that. But it's a good philosophy. Sitting there instead of reading the Bible and praying for a quick heal, sit here and focus on this. Um, for instance, here's a story. There was a kid this is during the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. They were doing this experimental pilot program. Yeah, and that was some great tunes there, Blackwater. I'm glad you joined the group there, man. You're gonna like this group. We're all pretty chill. We listen to everything, which is nice. We don't um we don't uh we don't judge other people's music. Music is music. Music is whatever you want it to be. But anyways, this pilot program, uh, there's this one fella, young kid, he had a rare form of cancer. So what they did is they put him in a bed, dark room, blindfolded him, and put in music, had him listening to music, and then they'd be speaking to him through the earphones. Now, picture picture what's your favorite movie right now? Oh, I guess this is in the 80s when Star Wars came out. Oh, no, yes, late 70s. Yeah, okay. So when Star Wars came out, this kid loved Star Wars. So they got him to sit there every day for so many hours a day in the dark listening to music and had him visualizing like X-wings and spaceships going into his body and slowly destroying the cancer like it was the Death Star. And they did this for a couple months and stuff. They sent him in for a check to see how the cancer was doing. The cancer was virtually gone just from the psyche of this kid's mind himself. Like the power of mind is so powerful. Never underestimate the power of mind. It's like your dreams. Your dreams do tell you things. It's how you have to interpret it. And when James goes live, it's every Monday, Tuesday at 8 o'clock Central Time for me. And it runs for 2 hours. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all based on frequencies. A lot of stuff is based on. Oh, Jamie O. What's up, bud? Yeah, you just have to know how to tap into it. Jamie, fucked up, bud. Broke my wrist yesterday. Oh, yeah, pretty fucking bad. So bad when I broke my wrist, it pinched a nerve so bad that these two fingers are completely curved up like this. I cannot bend these fingers for the life of me. They were literally curved like that. The only finger I could move is my pinky just a little bit. So that was pretty fucked up. Wiped out on my bike, doing some tricks. Yeah, I just fell like sideways on my hip. My arm hit the ground like this, and it snapped up. So I hit flat, but I snapped right there. I won't know if I need surgery until tomorrow. I got to go to Brandon, go see the surgeon, and go to the cast clinic, go see the surgeon, and then see. I don't know. Well, it's done. It's done. Whether I need surgery or not, I'm still gonna be out. So if I do go for surgery, that means more drugs. And they were all hyped up about, oh, we're gonna give them fentanyl. Oh yeah, how many cc should we give them of fentanyl? Like really, really, I really don't want to hear you guys telling me that this is what you're gonna give me is fentanyl. You know, it's almost like it was an advertisement for for like going to the street and be like, hey, heard you guys got fentanyl. And then before you know it, I'm fucking OD'd somewhere at home. Fentanyl's a big thing here. And it's big because you can either eat it, snort it, or fucking oh, you can eat it, snort it, inject it, smoke it. You can do all four things with it, which is crazy. There's not too many drugs you can do with that. PCP, you can do the same thing. You can smoke it, eat it, snort it, and inject it. But there is a certain way to put PCP into your body. You can't just put it into a spoon and shoot it up. And yes, I used to be a drug dealer, so I know how all this stuff works. I've had lots of people ask me if you want me to show you how to cook up a needle. No, no, because you should never show anybody how to cook up a needle because it spreads like a virus, and then it changes every time because that person knows and they've been doing this for so long. They know how to cook a needle. Doesn't mean that that other person's going to follow the same rules. So you get this purple monkey dishwasher effect. So where one person is showing you something, the recipe changes every time that one person shows another person, shows another person, shows another person. Or you know it, either gonna kill themselves by doing a bad cook or missing a vein or something like that, just injecting it straight into their, you know, their body instead of their bloodstream. It's like cooking crack cocaine. I was great at cooking crack cocaine, but I would never show people how I did it because I had the perfect recipe, and I'd use baking soda instead of ammonia. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, come pop in Monday night with James, Doc, Keegan, and Beans there. Yeah, come pop in, man. Let's hear some more tunes of yours. You're totally welcome to come in, man. Anytime, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't hurt too bad. I'm pretty good at pain, handling pain. Most of my life is growing up with pain. Yep. No problem, man. Um, I'll send you some links later to, I don't know if you use Discord, but I'll send you some links. It'll take me a little while because I only got one hand. Totally cool with using just my left. Mhm. Oh, I think the neighbor's having a shower or he's doing dishes. Yeah. Well, about 3 minutes here left. So I don't know. Let's do some positive chat here before I take off. Um, I don't know. This week, everyone, try and do something positive for somebody else. You see somebody in need or anything, or you know, you're in line and at a till and somebody's shortchanged. Help that person out. You see somebody's hungry, feed them. Even if something as simple as somebody asks you for a cigarette, give them a cigarette. Um, Try and be a positive person in the world because there's so much negativity. Like, think, like, I could be sitting here bitching and complaining, crying my face off, and blaming the world for this. There's no need. Just be positive, and positivity will carry on. Negativity is the worst thing that can be out there because it only takes one negative person to destroy like 20 positive people. But one positive person can only do one positive thing at a time. And I don't know. We need to be better as a society and stop blaming each other for things. Take responsibility and just try and make the world a better place. Like I'd say like everyone should learn from my actions and what I did. Well, this is a freak accident. You can't make this up. Shit happens. And everyone should kind of keep that mindset too. Sometimes shit happens. And you know what? Maybe this happened for a reason, you know? Maybe because people will see me in the cast and want to bring up a conversation and maybe you learn something about somebody you've never met before, build a conversation with somebody you've never met before, you know? Get Stop being scared of society. Involve yourself. Uh, so you never know what's going to happen when you run into somebody new. So I'm going to end this here, but everyone, be positive. Okay. Um, yeah. Try and do something positive in the world. Okay. Don't be negative. Don't be negative. If you're feeling negative, go lie down in bed for a bit. Put a blanket over your head and just relax. Do some deep breathing, and you know, tomorrow will be another day, and it will be a better day. Okay. So I'm out of here, everyone. Love you all. Have a great and wonderful week. Okay. Love you all. Waka 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 waka.